those kidnapping. Are you saying that Fulani people are not involved in kidnapping going around across the country, Nigeria?
Can I answer that question, please?
Okay. Yeah.
I can answer the question.
No, Mr. Adam, please. Ask Mr. Adam.
No, see
so that somebody will go. Let me say it brief so that somebody will move on. The issue of kidnappings and other atrocities being committed, we have said times without number, 1 million times here, that yes, there is a problem. And we acknowledge the people that are doing that problem. It is our brothers, the Fulanis. We understand that. And we have condemned it for the 1,000,000th time. So I believe this question should not be even popping up again.
Okay.
We have addressed this issue over and over again. None of us is behind this. None of us is supporting it. In fact, we have lent our voices, our time, our resources to make sure this thing has gone to the appropriate authorities that this thing will be dealt with. So I believe this question at this time, it's beginning to sound like a broken record.
Okay. Yeah, but don't stop there.
My second question.
Wait. Don't only stop there. You know? Because it's not only Fulani people kidnapping people in their place. Even their own people is kidnapping their own people.
No, absolutely, because they
so
are
listen, yeah, because if we don't say that it's look like all the kidnapping is carried by the Fulanis.
It is. You understand? Even today, we have a fresh video from the same Edo where the whole plane was orchestrated by policemen from the same community. And this video are in thousands on the internet. Nobody can tell me he has not seen it.
So that's the thing. Crime, they only like to talk about other people's problems.
You are not giving me the chance to ask questions. It's my time to speak.
No, listen, you ask your question. We try to clarify it. We move to the next question.
Yes, I have like 3
Listen, you will ask your wait. We agree there's Fulani, just as what Bas said. We don't say Fulani people are not doing bad things. We agree. But there are such of things again, people are saying it's not relevant, it's not true.
All right.
Particularly when it ever come to raping, that raping side is not them. It's your own people doing it to your people. And you know, some of you know. Some of you don't know, some of you know.
No, my brother, wait.
90% of you know that. Listen, I'm talking to Mr. I don't know.
Of any this thing, big thing.
I have a question now. Allow me to ask my question.
But they don't talk about it.
Yeah, ask your question. Ask your next question. Let's move on.
Okay. Now,
ask your next.
Do you think it is right, either those states, any states in Nigeria that has committed a crime as a kidnapper, if a kidnapper is caught and is being unalived, if he's not presented to the police, do you feel it is wrong or right?
It's wrong.
Okay, that's another question. Can I go ahead with it?
Yeah.
First and foremost, your question is very vague. When I say very vague, is that anytime you address anybody, whether a kidnapper, an armed robber, or whatever it is, first and foremost, the authorities are meant to do the arrest. And when they do the arrest, they're supposed to take them to court, arraign them, and prosecute them accordingly.
Okay.
Now, in the absence of what we are not having that, in our present predicament that the government cannot protect us, that is why some communities employ the services of the what do you call them?
Exactly.
What do you call them? The vigilantes. Now, you and I know, if we have a functioning government, there will be no need for any vigilante.
That's it.
However, since we have acknowledged the fact that we don't have a functioning government, if we must have a vigilante, that vigilante should be vetted, educated, his identity should be recorded and everything, and he should be taught how to see whatever you find it and report and know how to report it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what your question is really vague. You know, if you can really expatiate it for us to understand. But the issue of if you arrest somebody, unaliving him is totally not in your prerogative.
Okay. My name, you know, Bashar.
Do that. When you do that, you have committed a crime as well.
Bashar, you know, I have encountered you in a certain platform, and I know you are a very smart man. and I respect
Go
that.
ahead.
My third question, is it allowed to carry arms across the country, Nigeria, while you are traveling?
Okay.
Yes.
First and foremost, the carrying of arms in any country is restricted. Carrying of arms in Nigeria is completely prohibited. However, there are arms that have license. I am sure you're talking about the gun.
You have answered his question. Allow another person to ask.
Mr. Rapper, I beg you in the name of God, hold on. You are referring to those guns that were seen with the people they have fight. Those guns were licensed. However, even if they are not licensed and they are licensed, it is our responsibility as people that have survived this menace to make sure government do the needful. Ask questions, not on this platform. Go get your platform, pressure government to ask why are people carrying hunters' gun when they are going to hunting. Then the government, I'm sure, will tell you there is Hunters Organization of Nigeria, under which it provides license to those kind of guns. If that satisfies you, fine. If it doesn't, then we can now move on. But movement of arm and ammunition is completely prohibited anywhere in the world and anywhere in Nigeria. But the issue of these arms you're talking about, it is an arm that was certified. Unless there is a new law that changed it, then this arm is actually not as harmless as what we are trying to attribute it to.
Okay, please, I have a question now. I never finished now. I'm gonna give me my time now. Give me my time, please.
You're taking my time.
Okay,
How many
please,
questions?
give me my time. No, you have your own time, please.
Raphael, you already speak before. Allow him to speak.
Can I ask
Yeah,
a question?
this is my first time speaking, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Bashir,
Go ahead
I have
with your
another question. You see, it's
Go ahead,
summary to my question. Now, a lot of Hausa people, because personally, from Edo State, Uromi precisely, I have lived with Hausa people from Kano, from Meduguri, Katsina, and all of that. You know, they come as drivers, which is precisely drivers who come to carry load of pawpaw. I don't know if you know what's called pawpaw. I know you know it, sorry for that question. You know what's called pawpaw? From
Yes,
Esan
go ahead.
to Kano, to Abuja, to Katsina, and all of that.
Just go ahead with your question.
Now,
I know what I'm talking about.
when Hausa people were coming to this southern region of Nigeria, has there ever been attacked? And they were doing their business, going about their day-to-day activities, peacefully and respectfully, according to the law. Have there ever been a time that they have been attacked or attacked in those regions? Be truthful and be fair.
Okay, that your question is also very intelligent and very smart. Well, what we are telling you is that, to be honest with you, even though we cannot provide a documentary, but we have series of videos and voice notes that suggest otherwise of what you're saying. We have so many voice notes, video clips that people are complaining about how they are treated in Uromi, to be precise. Drivers of Dangote trucks, drivers, Fulani headers, people that carry cows to that place. We have tons and tons and tons of records on that. Now, however, we are not justifying the fact that anybody that is coming to a community, he should understand the culture and nature of that community so that he will not endanger himself.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand you.
But the issue of this particular case that is an isolated case that is warranting so much frenzy and attention, there is a reason for that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's the first time it has happened.
Okay.
It has been happening.
Thank you. Now, are you aware that the Fulani people, or I don't know whichever tribe they are from the north?
Bro, this will be your last question, though.
Yeah, okay. Are you aware? Sorry, please. I will ask this last question and I will make my submission, please. You know, I'll be asking questions. Okay. Are you aware that every night, every day, every night, in the night, Hausa people, Fulani people are being dumped, imported by the Dangote trucks and every other trucks in Esan land, and they come down from certain areas and they enter the bush from Esan. Are you aware?
Okay, if I'm not aware, I'm not the right person for you to ask that question. First and foremost, I'm not aware, and I believe there is no authority that warrants me to be aware, because I'm not a security official. I am just a layman's citizen of this country. However, if you have such complaints, I will also ask you, have you complained to the proper authorities? If yes, have they done anything about it? If no, why?
Okay.
If you have your answer as why, then the answer to your question is in this submission you made. That means it is neither the fault of the Fulanis or the Hausas that were being transported to your place. It is the problem of your government, your local government chairman, your House of Rep members, your senators that refuse to push this thing to the proper attention of the Federation.
Okay, my submission, please. Just few minutes. Now, I want to let every Northerner here this evening, I want to let you know that I was born and raised in Uromi, precisely from Edo State. And while I was growing up, I lived with a vast majority of Northerners community.
Come back, you ask your question, come back.
Okay. Yeah, this is not a question. I'm just trying to summarize.
You should round it up. So
Okay, yes, I'm trying to round up. I'm just trying to let you know my personal experience. I've lived with a vast majority of Northerners communities, whatever tribe they are from the north. In Uromi. And we lived peacefully. Most of them go about their business, day-to-day activities, either shoemaking, businesses, cow businesses, or whatever. No problem, peacefully. And we never had any problems. Now, the issue is, there's a problem in this region. Whether or not there are indigens, there are some stupid indigens who are actually now monopolizing or trying to take advantage to benefit from that problem. We are aware, and we have been addressing that issue. Now, the problem is, we actually have a problem in Esan land, not today, not last year, not 5 years ago, not 10 years ago, with some of you people. Now, we have applied cautions. We have come peacefully to speak with those people. Even there's a northern man, a Fulani man or an Hausa man who has a title in Uromi, a titled man in that.
Just round up your submission, please.
All right. Now, what I'm saying is, there has never been any way or any time has it ever been recorded that the Esan people are violent to other tribes in Esan. You know, we always, before we judge, we should always try to learn from the past. You understand?
Okay, it's all right. I think at this point, I think we should limit the whole conversation. First and foremost, my guy, there has always been reports of violent activities towards that certain group of people. There has always been. However, it's the same thing. There has always been the report in the northern part of Nigeria. Nobody is perfect. And even in your house, between the same siblings, there is always misunderstanding. But it is your faith in God and your faith in your trust in your country, your faith that your country to work, that you must push to resolve that problem. And I believe we all understand, let this be a yardstick. What happened to these 16 brothers, let it be the yardstick for us to now open a very positive conversation ground that we are going to address these issues and solve them once and for all, amicably, without pointing fingers. With the fact for you to know, the moment you point a finger to somebody, your bigger finger is pointing at you directly. We are all guilty in this. We are all guilty. All of us are guilty in one way or the other.
You see, my brother, I will continue to point my finger at the politicians.
Mr. Lagos boy,
the politician would not allow it to happen.
These people doesn't know the reason why Hausa people are going to
understand.
Madam, allow him to finish. Allow us to finish. So that we are able to continue.
So they, we just have to understand and respect the fact that, first and foremost, we are all victims of bad governance. both the wrong and the good, the bad and the good. We are all victims of bad governance. Now, the best thing for us to, instead of us to come and sit down here and be cursing each other, pointing fingers at each other, to which even our voices are not even put to the right venue. Even if the voices are there, they so much see through us, they so much disregard us that they are not going to do anything about it. But we are old enough to sit down and have a conversation and have a dialogue. For example, if I talk with Mr. Lagos Boy, I'll talk to a higher person. We understand ourselves, we know what we are doing, and we have a dialogue and understanding. Probably Mr. Lagos Boy will go into his community and hear something, and he will say, no, that is not true. I have discussed with some of these people. This is not what they meant. This is not what they are. This is what they are, and this is what they are. This is what we want to achieve in this kind of platforms.
Exactly.
We are not government. We are here to clarify within ourselves so that we can be pushing a positive narrative down to our children. But if we keep coming to life and be pointing fingers and be digging out old wounds, we will never heal. So I believe we're done with your question, please. Let's give another person a chance to talk. But if you're still around and you still have questions, you can still bring it up. But for now, let's give another person.
You know, man, I feel
But what I'm saying is, these people that you are seeing that are going to the southern region are purposely going there to hunt for bushmeat and sell it to the dwellers of that place because they are the ones eating bushmeat. So you are the ones eating bushmeat. And if they go to village, if they go to bush and hunt for bushmeat, they are selling it to you. And I heard somebody saying that
Mr. Adams,
when they caught
Mr. Adams,
they
Mr.
did not
Adams.
Hello?
Mr. Adams, please, Mr. Adams, let's try and give other people a chance to talk. For the issue of bushmeat, yes, the North is not eating bushmeat, but I want you to remember the hunters in the North do go down there to hunt for exotic animals. Sometimes we use it for medicinal purpose. Sikis and Magen Judah, Su Bongwang, so many things. If you are very
yes, now, yes.
That, you will see it. So we are. It is a beneficial relationship. It is a what do you call it? A symbiotic relationship. They go there, they do their business, they come back. Their people come to our place, they do their business, we go back. If we notice any problem, that is why there is a slogan in USA that if you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. So please, let's don't overflog this issue so that we can move to more comfortable.
I can see
So
that.
what they are saying,
Basha,
Okay, it's okay now. Yeah, sorry guys. So there's been, I think, 3 people that never speak, Mr. Bola, Ariwa, and Kent. So let's, Bola have been here for long. Let him go ahead and speak.
Hello. Thank you so much, Siri. I really appreciate the work you do. I listen to you all the time, and you're one of the main voices. So I enjoy your program a lot. Yeah. I want to just appeal. I mean, use your platform to appeal to the people concerned that about the people that were unalive, that wasn't. They should not see it as a normal thing here. Unaliving people is not something that is good to anybody. So there is no reason, there is no need for any reprisal attack. Because when a blind man try to make another man blind, or if he succeeds in making another man blind, there will be no people. There will be no people left to see. So I just want to use the platform to appeal to all of us to as somebody said some moment ago, I didn't pick the person's name, that we should use the opportunity to now readdress all our issues as far as security is concerned. We should begin to look at things in a more positive way. Maybe this case, these are the people that this case will solve the problem for all other ones. And we cannot continue to accuse each other and fight each other and still expect any tangible development. I just want to appeal to all of you and everybody that is talking. Please let us take it easy and let us just appeal and apologize to these people that to the families of these people that lost all these people, and let us move on in a more positive way. Let's call on our government to provide us good governance and things that will not make this type of a thing to happen again. I think we have reached a stage that we should begin to talk about that. And Sidi, I thank you again. I thank you, I thank you all for taking this thing in this particular version.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. A voice to reckon with. We appreciate you, and we'll call upon you at any given time we need guidance. Thank you very much. I think Arewa is either Arewa people or Kenneth. One of them is meant to talk.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, I want to, this Uromi issue, they have overflowed. And the person I want to blame on this is the government. This all our life is not the first time it has happened. It has happened in the debates.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, Mr. Kenneth.
I want to bring some things out.
Mr. Kenneth, we're very sorry to interrupt you. Talking about what happened, we will never overflog it. It is a discussion that we will keep having till eternity, till we have a solution.
I know.
There is
what
wisdom in discussion.
Is the police, the government, that allow it to go to linger in everywhere. Why do I say so? You could reflect on the figure now fight to a major general that it happened to in somewhere in Plateau State. He was driving himself to the street Corolla. Because some guys, some people came to, they had a problem with the community. The community came to the road and started checking people and unalive that man. If not, the army did their thorough investigation. They don't know, they now got that man's vehicle inside a pool in the community. Most of the cars bodies were inside that water. They treated that water, but those people, we don't know where they buried him. Because that man was a major general. That's another side. Then I have a friend from Katsina. That thing also happened to in that platform. Later, they now discovered it. When you go to a donut, some part of Kogi, now, when the guys, the way people talk about hunting, when I was growing up, I grew up, you hardly see those people from the north in Novia. In Novia, 2 years ago, there was a problem like this when most of these women inside the forest were having people. So security report is that these guys who are doing it, they are no more than 5 or 8. They used to come out in Lagos Benin Express Road. The community, about 17 communities came together, did their bush clearance. We call them the Ziga. They entered the forest. Since then, in the Undo houses in Kale, those ones did their own. But the problem I have with the Uromi case is that the people who did that, they have been complaining. I don't know. Most of their people too are also part of the deal of this kidnapping is a business. But the problem I have with them is that when you kidnap them, when they are talking about it, when have you asked the police system or area commander to join them with your men to go into the forest and do clearance? Why will you come to the express? Do you know who is a kidnapper, who is not a kidnapper? What what are the things you use to identify who is a kidnapper? Now, those other ones who have done their own way back, what was how did the police prosecute them and jail them? The issue is that security is local. People are asking government, how many police will you have? The entire police that in this country, they are not more than 400,000. And you want police to guide 200 about 220 million people. Even in the military, the entire Nigerian armed forces is not to 500,000. We should take that, we should consider that. Now, the Nigerian armed forces, the military have been overstressed. So the truth of the matter is that the government, it prevents some people. We have Fulanis who are Nigerian. Fulanis who are coming from other parts of Nigeria. This ECOWAS city, where somebody will live from Burkina Faso, Mauritania, come into Nigeria. He does not have a relationship. He does not know how Fulani in Nigeria operates. He's not slow to anger. He will now create problems from those who do not have. I attended the military school, command secondary school. I have Fulanis, I have Hausa, I have everybody who were my classmates. I don't think we have lost a lot of innocent life. The chief of defense staff went to Al Jazeera. He said something there, which I was not happy with. He said it's the Fulani and the Hausa militants who are fighting themselves, which we know from security reports. What have the government or national security advisor done to this? This Uromi thing, when everybody are talking with the Edo tribe, the unique tribe. If anybody knows their president, they are very brutal set of people. The way the Fulani are also brutal. What calmed them down is the adoption of Christianity. And indirectly, they are not Christians. I come from there. They are not really Christians. They are traditional believers. But the truth of the matter is that some of my people, particularly in Europe, are so much flogged to promote this narrative of hate towards our brothers in the north. Most of them in TikTok are not local. So there are some certain message you will hear from somebody who is staying in Germany who is not here with you. I just leave one thing around. When they will say about Nigeria, you think Nigeria has been set on fire. People are not moving again. Everybody is insecurity. What I want to say, I want to appeal to everyone. We as Nigerians, we are the ones that will protect ourselves. If we start talking ourselves as different from ourselves, it's not a good investment for us. How long are we going to continue this? Nigerian police, the area commander in each community or area where kidnapping taking place. There are some people that will say Fulani herdsmen. When they arrest them, you discover that they're never Fulani herdsmen. Kidnapping has become a located thing. Look at Evans in Lagos, the biggest kidnapper. He was kidnapping his people, taking $1 million. Before police now got to do investigation and arrest him. Do anybody believe that he was not kidnapping them? So my own submission here is that let the government himself increase the number of police. If we have 1 million policemen in Nigeria, it's not even enough. Let them increase, step up their salary, give them better accommodation. Let the job be attractive to people. You will see all these people die. There are some police stations in Lagos, there are not more than 10 policemen or 20 in the divisional police. Even when there's a local crime, they cannot react to it. You see, when I won't do that, let peace win. God will help us. That's my condition. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth. In fact, your submission is highly needed. I hope we're recording this thing and we would really like you to come over again or stay back because we stay in this house up to 5 o'clock if possible, if need be. Thank you very much for your submission. Who is the next person to go, please?
I think if Mr. Arewa want to speak, then I'll be next.
Okay, yes, Arewa Mufarka, yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good brother, Mr. Bashir, Mr. CD, good evening. The other guests in the house, everybody, good evening, sirs. Happy Salah in advance. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak my own opinion. Let me start from this Uromi local government area issues. problem is going in Uromi for so long. So many drivers lost their life there, and nobody has been mentioned. That the motorist drivers are always crying about this. Sometimes they stop them, they harm them, they take away their resources, and nobody saying anything. That's what gives those people confidence that whatever they did, they will score free. And now that they have opportunity to hang out when they did everything that they want to do, if they say it's a Fulani, people will take it as a Fulanis. So many Fulanis have been unalive in that particular area. Nobody has mentioned it. And the people based in that area, they are always crying in this matter. And the funny thing I see out of those people from that local government, the kinship and the other sensitive people are supposed to come out in massive to say, we apologize. No, they are always trying to talk one of another thing to dodge their fault. And some of them, if you go to other houses, they are trying to take the blame to Igbos. I am not supporting Igbos. I know what they are doing to in their area, but if you did your wrong, take it into your head and find way to salvage your problem. But the problem every day, whatever happen, they will run say is a Fulani Hadas. How many Fulani man lost their life there? Nobody mention it. Nobody mention it. We cannot take law into our hand. We have elders, we have leaders, we respect them, we respect elders. I think from the day I was born to date, one day my parents, no one sit me down, tell me, say, go and create violence. They always say, embrace and respect elders. Whatever your elder brother or your father mate tell you, take that in as your own personal life. So, my dear brother, please, those people from this Uromi local government area, I want you to know that there is some things you can do and score free. There are some things you can do, you can never score free. Those people are no Fulani herders. Those people are hunters, and they are from River State, coming down to Trabun, go and celebrate Salah with their loved one. Suddenly, this incident happened to them. And if you look at this video, you know, this is an intentionally incident. Even women, including women, taking stone, throw it into those people. And look at those people selling beans and yam in that particular area, pushing inside a wheelbarrow. They are coming to it to intervene and say, some of the people we see here, we know them. They are not criminals, they are hunters. Those people, join with those people and go ahead and do what they want to do. So what I'm calling to elders in that area, please, violence can never create a good living. Violence can never lead us to good. But let the leaders in that area, please, if they want us to live in peace, let them call their youth in order. And these people called vigilante, they are major problem is all part of the country. Because if you have even misunderstanding with them, they can find way to give one allegation to unalive you through. Even myself from Katsina State, they are doing so, even to their fellow Hausas. So those people are just funded like illegal funded, and they are not educated, and they did what they want. Maybe some certain of people inside their town is giving their support so that they will turn this organization to their personal business. But I am not calling anybody to go to violence. I love to be a peacemaker. But if this continue, I'm sorry, I know things will go wrong, because this is too sad. It's too what am I going to say? It's too biased, because we can never hear from the northern state today because of one person did something. We go to market, we destroy people market, or we go to people, we may meet them at their way to travel, we harm them or we unalive them. No. Everybody know that he can give us credit in that manner. But I don't know why today everybody is trying to make sure that we harm the northern state. Look at what else other people are saying. Justice for Deborah. Justice for Deborah. Deborah have died 2-3 years ago, and nobody stand from the southwest or southeast or south say justice for Deborah. But when this incident happened, they want to use that past time and bring it fresh and use Fulani herdsmen. My brother, this thing is not leading us anywhere. And if the southern, southwest, southeast, they don't want to Fulani in their various state, that is not a problem. Let them go to their various state and go back to. But if they say they don't want to anybody, I'm not supporting crime. Any Fulani man can destroy. I know. Person that we always fight in the video through life in this social media, because of I see him go to person farm and destroy him cassava, giving his cow. Because of that, I trust that person. I get that person. I tell him what he do is wrong, and I know the leadership of that area where they did that. They are hunting that person and they will get him. So, my dear brother, let us please sincere to ourselves. This country called Nigeria is the only country we have. This country called Nigeria is the only home we have. Anywhere you go to, no matter how you make it, if you are not in your country, you have no rest of peace. So you don't have rest of mind. You don't have anything to say to the other people. This Nigeria is only Nigeria we have. And I think it's the country we need to live for future of our children and grandchildren coming, to be proud of us, not to be giving us after our death. So I'm calling those people doing this, please let them try to stop, please. Because violence is not leading to any good thing. It cannot lead to any good thing. Even I, as I'm telling you here, I have my brother that they are kidnapped their child. They have kidnapped a child. But I cannot come out and say all those people are terrorists. But today everybody is pointing finger at us.
Exactly, Mr. Ariwa.
Everybody.
Exactly, Mr. Ariwa.
Everybody.
Okay, let's round up. Let's round up, Mr. Ariwa. Let's round up.
I'm very close to round up. If I'm not forgetting, one woman, Hausa woman, in Anambra State, they have killed with pregnancy. They have killed their child, 3 child, then join them together, they kill them.
F1, please, F1. Please, use the word honor life, please.
Okay, honor life. Sorry, sir. I think, can that give us effort or confidence to call all the people in Anambra State, they are criminal? The answer is no. If we will say that, we are biased. But today, in this country, everybody almost is calling us we are bandit because of this stupid Inamdi Kanu that is come to bring impose interest of us because of just Buhari become a president. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ariwa. And for the benefit of doubt, for people that don't know Ariwa Mufarka, he has been at the forefront of making sure, especially those videos that were in circulation of people chopping up cassava in their farms. We've been at the forefront of making sure we identify the video and inform the leaders of that community. And I think the issue is still in progress. And I believe we're working hand in hand to make sure we brought an end to that. I think Mr. Lagos Boy. Yeah, Lagos Boy, you're next.
Thank you very much, my brothers. I really appreciate Mr. Bashir for this platform. And a few of our speakers that have spoken, recently. Also, Mr. Arawa, I want to thank each and every one of us that are on this platform tonight. If we take time to listen to each other, we'll arrive at our destination, because we are all fighting towards the same goal. We want to live a better country for our children as we grow older. Because the issue we are addressing today if our parents have stood up against the government to address this issue, we would never have been where we are today. Our nation would have been a beautiful place, even more beautiful than Dubai today, because there is no place in Africa that is so rich like Nigeria, apart from Zaire or Congo Kinshasa. No other nation in Africa that is as blessed as Nigeria is, if only we have managed our resources properly. It is these resources that is creating problem for us in Nigeria, nothing else. And that is why the politicians are creating divisions just to perpetuate themselves in power in order to be able to have access to control the money that is coming, that is supposed to belong to every one of us. Our wealth, is being cornered to enrich themselves. This is why we're having the problem that we're having in Nigeria today and nothing else. So what am I trying to say in essence? We should learn to point the blame towards the direction of the government. The government has failed us. They have failed to live up to their expectations just because of selfish ends. They will not. They will be there in the Senate, discussing irrelevant things that will benefit them. That how they will share money among themselves, and they will forget about the national issue, the pressing, vital national issues that ought to have been talked about, so that we'll look for a way to develop our country, industrially and otherwise. But no, they will not do that. Rather, trivial issues that has no bearing, that has no economic effect on the nation is what they'll be talking about every day. Why are we still where we are tomorrow? We've been on this since the 60s. I grew up to meet it. And we are growing, as we are growing older, we don't know the kind of nation that we are living for our children. So I'm grateful to my brothers from the north, that a platform like this exists where we can rub minds together, where we can discuss intelligently and understand where our problem is coming from, so that we learn how to respect each other, show respect for each other. The very when was that? A couple of days ago, I think it was the day before yesterday. When I came on this platform, I wanted to speak. Unfortunately, the program ended up abruptly. Let me quickly reiterate what I wanted to say then. I should use this opportunity to apologize to our northern brothers, to appeal to them that nobody, no matter what, even if it's a criminal, deserves to have been inhalated or to have died the way those, I want to call them innocent because they are not here to defend themselves now. I don't really know what transpired, but the way they died is, to me, inhuman. It's terrible, and nobody to die that way at all. So for this reason, we must find a way possible to make sure that this kind of incident never occur again. I would do my best to equally speak to our community leaders and our traditional leaders, go to our platform and talk to people that could help to, pass this message to our community, our traditional leaders, to please liaise with the traditional leaders in the north, so that we can find peace in Nigeria, because we all need peace. For a nation to develop and move forward, that nation has to be peaceful. No nation has ever, developed without peace. If we look, the issue of Rwanda should be a great lesson to us in Africa. If we have not learned from Rwanda, that means we'll never learn. It's like saying a fool at 40 is a fool forever. We should start, looking beyond our personal interest in trying to identify our problems and then, bringing up solutions that will help us to move forward. And the real nucleus of our problem, according to point the finger, accusing finger at our Senate, they are not doing anything. They are not representing us there at all. It is time for them to wake up, make legislation, come up with good, legislation that will help to, move the nation forward, and not just going there to share money every now and then. The president himself should wake up. Since this matter, ensued, I'm not too sure if President Bola Ahmed has come up to address the nation. A situation like this, where he has to show leadership, He should stand up. He should have visited that scene from the very first day and appeal to the people, address the nation and tell them that, this thing that is happening right now is not good for us. Internationally and otherwise, it's not projecting the good image of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lagos. You've said well. You've been here long enough. Anyway, we have fought, we have make up, and that is the true spirit of brotherhood. It's not everyday things can be rosy. No, we disagree to agree. Mr. High-Meg is here. We have fought, we have make up, and hopefully we are going to come on an agreement that the fact that we are all Nigerians and we are all hoping for the same thing, even though from different perspectives, but we are all looking for one result, which is let's have peace, let's develop our country, let's love one another. Your problem is my problem is your problem. Exactly. That is what we want. We want to bring back the Nigeria of the 60s. I don't know if Mr. High-Meg wants to say something, or we go to the guy at the top. I think he's the new person, Mr. Suleiman or Mr. Meg. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Basha. One thing I believe in is what is good for the goose is also good for the Ganges. I love peace when I see peace-loving people. But sometimes, just like the Bible says, that there is no peace for the wicked. When I see that someone has wickedness in his heart, I will as well not hesitate to follow that person with wickedness. For the sake of peace, like I earlier said, let us maintain peace and harmony, especially this time around that the devil is putting fire in Nigeria. Let us find a way to, on our own, make sure we quench and extinguish this fire that is trying to burn Nigeria. But for the sake of those who enjoy it, who said Nigeria must, be set ablaze in order for them to justify either their tribalism or bigotry or whatever, those people, I still wish them fire. Fire for fire. Let it be like that. When they someone want us to be honest, we go honestly. When they want to bring propaganda, I think everybody went to school, everybody is knowledgeable, and most of us, we still have that wisdom naturally. When you see someone wants to come with lies, you cook your own lies. That is the only way this life is. You don't allow another person to come and spoil your father's farm just for him to go and harvest his own. No. So, like we said, the issue of reprisal attack.
I'm sorry, I said two wrongs don't make it right, though.
Sorry?
I said two wrongs.
But sometimes. But they say, spare the rod and spoil the child. Spare the rod and spoil the child. I don't believe in. I don't overpet people. I don't believe in. I love peace. I love peace. But when peace doesn't work, most times you take the opposing steps. So the issue of reprisal attack, I still appeal as we Nigerians, let us join hands to say sorry to people that are affected because they are still human beings like us. Because if you pinch yourself, you see how painful it is, and you see when somebody is being lynched, it's not a good news. We are very, very sorry that the deed has been done. Let us not, in order to, come and do justice, we now have to come out and harm more people or send more people to their early grave. We don't encourage that. So the issue of reprisal attack, please, they should think twice before, even if they want to come, those that are coming are still coming to risk their life because nobody will fold his hands and watch you to come and attack him. So let us not encourage shedding of more blood because nobody is a monopoly of violence. And the Nigerian government, we should all still come together, stop fighting ourselves and focus on this governance. Focus on the politicians and find a way to, put them to order on what they're supposed to be doing in this nation so that people don't keep on eating themselves, So that's the little I want to add. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I believe gradually. It will be a long journey, but with faith and conviction, we'll get there. We got there. We have Mr. Suleiman. Mr. Suleiman, do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's just a short question that I need to know. In the Uromi people, I need to ask about the Uromi people. What did the government now are they planning to do with the whole location? Because what I understand is if justice is to be served, the whole Uromi should be questioned. And at least if it is a possible way that they should be evacuated from there. Because I am telling you, wallahi, if next year there is not a reprisal attack, in the next 10 years, we don't forget and we don't forgive. That's the thing. We can come here, I can tell you, yes, no problem or something, but I know.
Okay, Mr. Suleiman. Yeah, Mr. Suleiman, as for the question of what the governor is doing, I think we have information that first and foremost, they've launched a manhunt. That is one. Two, they have been making some arrests. That is also confirmed. Three, he has traveled all the way to Kano to go and commiserate with the Kano state governor, being that most of the people that are affected are actually from the states. So they have done that. And I believe as Nigerians, as Muslims, we should try as much as possible to be optimistic and see how things goes. Definitely, we will never forget.
But Bashir, this is what they expect. This is what they expect.
That's what I'm coming there. We will never forget, but we'll have to let go and forgive and give peace a chance. The issue of reprisal attack, that is never a solution. We have been calling on people not to take that route, and
because shortly on Instagram, I saw another video. Someone in Uromi harassing Hausa people. It was a video.
One thing we should understand is that things like this is not that they're going anytime soon, but with our push, with our coordination and understanding and continue discussing about it, it will reduce to the time when we're going to have the Nigeria of our dreams. Even I think on Saturday, there is an issue that happened, I think it's either Undu or Ogun, where people wanted to come for Eid prayer and they were asked not to and stuff like that. But to God be the glory, they did not argue with them, they just left. So there was no record of any issue there. However, it is our responsibility in this platform as Nigerians for us to preach the love, preach the word out there, for people to know all these things we're doing, we're actually harming ourselves and our children, our generation. You understand? And the more we keep talking to ourselves, the more we keep winning souls. The more we keep bringing people to our side. Because we believe, as far as this platform is concerned, we are not preaching hate. We are not preaching division. We are here to mend the broken bridge. And I believe that's what we've been doing, and God will help us all.
Amen.
I'm the one Barka as well. You are highly welcome, my brother. Before you talk, I would like to introduce, this is one of our fathers, our brothers. I'm the one. He has been at the forefront of this issue, even before it gets as bad as it has gotten now. So, Mr. I'm the one, the similar, sir.
Bro Bashir, I said I'm Lagos boy. Macros, good evening to every one of you.
Good evening.
Wish you all the best. Really, for this issue that now is being popular here on social media, really is something that is very annoying and also terrible. Because what happened, nobody can imagine it will be happening. It's something unprecedented in our Nigerian history to come and have people there as their way by passing from one step to another, just to bring them to stop their car and the truck they are on and bring them down and investigate them. And also that people, they have their own license that they are hunters with their dogs. With all that things, that didn't stop you from, or stop that people from doing what they did to them, which is barbaric. It's something that nobody can imagine that a normal human being can do it to his fellow brother. Even to an animal, you can't do such an act, because even animal, if you can't slaughter animal to eat, you can't do it. If you do it, commit such a brutality to an animal, people may consider you as inhuman, and also they know that even for a human being, you can commit the same. So really, it's something that is so terrible. And also, the government have to do the needful. Always our people used to say jungle justice, but nothing like jungle justice there, because jungle justice is when you commit a crime. People catch you red-handed with that crime, and also they take law into their hand without handling you to the security agencies. That is what called jungle justice. But without a crime, catching a person without committing any crime, and also to come and unalive that people in a brutal way, burning them into ashes, really is something that nobody can imagine it will happen in Nigeria. And also the same people, they are here on social media trying to justify all that atrocity, that barbarism they committed. They are saying that people, they have been caught with rifles, they have that. Let it, as they say it, that they are criminals, as they say. But nothing can justify to them to take that law into their hand, to commit that atrocity to them with their hand. They have to handle the case to the security. They are the ones who are responsible to go and investigate them and interrogate them and investigate to know that whether they are criminal or not. And also, if it appears that they are criminal, they can send them to the court. There is, and also they should bring before the justice. It's only judge can pass a judge upon them according to what the crime they committed. But just to come in the name of that, you are facing insecurity. That is why you are afraid that people now they are trying to change the narrative, saying that no, that people are Fulanis fascinated as a hunters to go. They are heading into the forest to go and commit a crime, to go and kidnap and do that and that. And also, all of us, we know, even their governors say on the press, we see their government is telling the press that all the crimes used to committed there in that region is their people, are the indigenous of their land used to commit all that crime. For example, we know, nobody can deny that in northern part of Nigeria, we are dealing with banditry, which nobody can deny it. Those are committing that banditry. Most of them are Fulanis. We agree with that. But they are not representing Fulani. They are there in their name, not in Fulani names. So that people, all the crime they are committing, we didn't ever had them unaliving people and also coming and taking their organs or doing something like that. But the thing that is happening, because we know they have not something related to cultism or that people, they are not cannibalists. Yes, they are criminal, they are terrorists, but they are not cannibalists, they are not cultists. But there, all that people used to be kidnapped, they have been, those are committing that crime had been catch by security red-handed with human skeletons there. So, but with all that, we know, but always people are trying to avoid the reality on the ground, saying that, no, that bandits are Fulani are there, are the one who are used to go there and commit the crime, which is totally lie. We know it. And also those are telling it, they know that it is lie. Just they are doing it for their selfish interest to cause destruction of our country, to cause instability into our country. Because all what they mean is to cause a chaos. Because even their fellow brothers at that part of the country, they don't love them. They don't want them. They don't love them because they have no love. They have love for no one. They love for no one. All what they are doing is to cause destruction of our country. They are trying to cause the chaos that if it's happening, all what is, we may not the beginning, but we may not witness what it should be the end. Because always you can cause a problem, but you don't know how it's going to end. So really, we as Nigerians, we have to be united. We have to be very serious. We know that we have to know that all what is happening, we have to hold the government responsible, not ourselves or one tribe in our country to say tribes so they are the problem. We have to hold the government responsibility. This government have the capability to stop all this insecurity that is happening. And also, we know that the government wants to do it, it can do it in a short period of time. So we have to come and unite and voice out to tell the government, really it have to wake up and stop all this insecurity, not coming and against one another, pointing finger for one another, saying that you are the problem, so you are the problem. None one of us is the problem. Both of us, we are victims. Not coming and throwing blames on one another, thinking that will solve our problem. That this game that we are playing as a Nigerian, it is really our politicians, they are enjoying it because that neglected us from, distract us from what they are committing, the problem, the crime they are committing, the looting they are committing, because always they are looting our money. They are sharing our money. Where we are here fighting one another for something that both of us, no one is responsible of it. Both of us, we are victims. And really, I really appreciate what the governor did, but the governor of that state, I see him went to Kano State. He was the Kano State governor, but the way he speaks, he didn't respect people really as an elderly man and also as a leader. He had to use the word that people
he's a snake. He's a snake.
That
all these politicians
feel comfortable. That people can feel that he so sympathizes with them. But he is saying that
he is lying. He doesn't sympathize for anything.
God Allah. You can't come and call and tell people that God gave and God take. Because this is not something like that. This is people that unalive by force, in a brutal way, in a barbaric way. And also you are telling people, you have to come and tell people that really what has been committed there, it is something unprecedented, and also real government is working hard daily and night to see that they have been bring that crime perpetrators before justice, so that they can take the court, they should be accountable of all what they did. And also to tell people that government should pay the ransom, because they have to pay the ransom. That people, they can't allow to, this thing can't be allowed just to go free without paying any ransom. Their family have to be paid ransom for what, for the unalival of their people. Because now their wives live as a widows, their child as an orphans. they have no one to support them to continue their life. So really, they need to be. It needs to be there is ransom that they should be paid so that they may use it to continue their daily life. That is all what I want to say here. And also my apology to all those I have offended.
My brother, I'm the one. I just want to thank you for your statements, your speech so far. But the only area which I think is not that clear, I think I understood quite well what you are trying to say when you use the word ransom. I think you are talking about compensation for the
compensation. Yeah, really compensation. I mean, really. Right. Thank you for your correction. Thank you. So
you're welcome.
That is what I'm trying to use.
I understood you. You know, it's just that the public, people that are listening might not get your point. That's why I decided to, throw in that so that is the correct, that point of correction. My brother, you see, this problem that has been on ground.
I don't know. On your yard was now. On your son on that year.
Wabere na anapa otus. Hausa, ihe mara na mara kwa mara ndi next one ihe musiri. Oni emi pa ni wa enu ha wa mu ni ihe ami ami. Ihe ani igale huwe. Oni wa ebe bi ni ahia ihe se ihe musigbeso. Oni wa ohia. Wa mi no si. Ihe we ma ni ga Hausa ya hi. Bete fula ni neme na makan. Ihe ahia zibayo. Oni wa editing.
And outside the way, no, no Edo person we see his own people like that. Even though they beg us, we go see quiet with my hair talent.
Oh, my baby, boy, ni agbe we am ni aga agin we my mama me ma ojo eni na yan kwe. Yan kwe. I dey tell you yan kwe, e me na wa ta kan yan kwe. E do pa yan han like it. Obi okpa wa da ke wa Yesu tutu agbe wa me na. A prophecy was put in why don't buy a man like church.
Well, do fasting and prayer.
One because
who are you on a Grima?
Because I may buy what's in the Taka can get them with me reminds him. I may ask us a good
our sister.
Oh, how I'm a little workman here, my lad, Donny. You know what cross it? Yes, I don't. Yes, I follow.
Nigeria. Right, in Southern Nigeria, they are yeah, what the what cross like Saxon, no be a run. Well, many I did no be a run. So I did the answer. When you are a call to me. Yeah,
but we may na wa lugo awewo. Wa viole mani rugo to ya viole mani rugbo. Ya agi ma rugbo. Ina na ya una me ma no la ya de. I will get yo, agbe bojewo. Iri e do wa na agbe bojewo ye wa gbe ku yewo. Awi ni una. Egbe ma na agbe yewo. Agbegbe na yewo. Ne koko do na ri e je ki we agbin ajewo. Nigeria might hokwe fulani Nigeria as a whole. Ama wedo. Nigeria might would be hokwe fulani today. Here why you go Nigeria home. Na wa ya siare we ni ade Uromi. Na here na ask you kwa kan aja sen Uromi ni wa mi.
Fulani oye na elephant. Elephant to our view to Shima do one 50 years. All you are. Oh, get it.
Well, my party do. My party in my video. Oh, you India. Don't party no be eating or something of that way. After a long time, not where the only marriage. Elephant in an aqua. Honor destroy marriage in it, or you were lucky or YouTube. India national.
You will only man, museum and a zoo. Or one matite elephant in or a matite. That an elephant young one or no matter of your canon way. When I point to a Martini or Panadota, where a real one in your matite, so elephant in an all mammy nani. It all walk by your walk, you even appear bread. On one.
A video that make
a investigation, I know, he gave a research I boy. And we are really fat of 50 years. All our mirror, Emia, all Emia. You know, we've been having a quiet say. You want to make it a what dinner?
Why, Waviana, Aviana, Iagualikinia, Lala, Dodo Imana, near Capo. Emano, Doduzana, Ede David in Nana Gina, Ubega Amiani Philip Boyevo. Divini here with internet in Nania, in another begging. Where again here the internet here than here radio damn him here.
Only learn no be the
here Guadalquivir area. Here outside here ni Kenny General or can do Zibayi now. Where I mean, if you really do what peaceful say, Osalo, but we not make women. If you are working, you know, working, you win.
No, more the lad on them.
I don't think you are going. A bonnet at the
Noble Wasiko, Visa Noble Wasiko, tell the time where we have it to case on it. And now we are one level, we bros. Everywhere. No boy, oh, don't you must say.
Don't wear nowhere there, Baba Kings. Don't wear no there.
Hello.
Me, I'm always one of yes, I'm going to eat way. You are making a rather. Yeah, don't get on one. The Fulani don't get on one. Well.
Oh, wow.
And the Fulani is a jug at an ear, that day. Here is that one. It's again, and I have Yena.
They are like a thief in the night.
Well, me in Nigeria, Hausa gown, Fulani in Nigeria. So, Papa, no other bets in a warrow, we are near. Yeah, most like it. That is the book. Why I came out there? I think when I feel boy, why that with the wish with the name, if I don't know. Why we soon on a banner or don't like what you are damning.
Also, my good lad, we will buy here. Also, no parts of food.
Mama, Papa, we're still stuff for me to see.
Yeah, let's talk here.
Go to.
Bye-bye.
Kimari away.
What Gary? What any little one? I who are willing to
Mama, who am I going to limo? Every white in my car.
We don't know.
Lanya, Pala, you
Liliva. Okay.
Oh, man, Liliva, the Gagolic, let's see. Sister, happiness we have here. Brother, Papa Kiss, I mean, I have to.
No.
So what is your point? Why did you say I'm not Esan? Because I told you there are some of our people that are colonizing.
No, it's not me. I'm not trying to change your DNA or your ethnicity. I'm not trying to change
it's Favour I'm talking to, it's not you. Because she said I'm not Esan.
No, she felt she was speaking from because she said she lost a brother because of this.
She's speaking from an emotional point of view, and she's asking people not to be emotional.
If
you are speaking from an emotional
conversation because she has experienced it first-handedly. So you cannot tell
You
her
know,
not to
let's
be emotional.
favor is talking with emotion. So
Yes,
because the
because
thing
she,
happened to her direct.
yes,
So
like
we
this one that they
understand
talk
her.
in
That
Nigeria
is why
happened
I
to
allow her to
me.
talk whatever they want to talk.
Yes, and
So,
that is why when something terrible happens to the son of a police, they don't allow the policeman to do the investigation because he cannot arrive at the proper conclusion. But we handle it emotionally rather than intelligently.
You're very correct.
Yes,
It's
that
understood.
one we know that one. That one we know that one. That one we know that one. But you know, go stop the police not to talk about the issue, shall?
Yes, but you should listen to the voice of reason if you want to reach a decision and move forward.
Thank you.
all right, thank you very much, everybody. Let's go to Mr. Daniel now.
Well, first of all, me, I will start by saying the action is condemnable, it's barbaric, and it's inhuman. Let's even start by assuming, yes, these guys are truly bandits, not what they are even claiming they are. Let's assume they are truly bandits and they are caught in such action. There was no retaliation, there was no attack. You guys have captured them. Even if you beat them and take them to authorities, understanding. There is, whether it has happened to your relations or to another relations, it cannot be justified. Jungle action is not justifiable anywhere. There is no law, no subsection in this country, no part that has ever allowed jungle justice to actually fly. So the action is condemnable. First. And when we come to Fulani, I would like to refer to those ones, Fulani herdsmen, to be specific. Because when you say Fulani, there are other regions of educated Fulanis. Yes. I think the one that have the issues that is relatable to all the insecurity we are talking about are the heads, the particular one. Those ones that carry animals from one region to another. We have professors, educated people all over this country that are actually Fulanis. It will be wrong for us to say Fulanis, but Fulani herdsmen. It's affecting everywhere, honestly speaking. No part is safe. North, west, east, and the rest. But one thing I want this, especially the South, to understand in particular, or to say to learn. You see, you had your own incident and you said you cannot hold your own government or leaders on account of that. Look at this incident that just happened. It happened in less than 24 hours. We had the whole Northern Governor sit for it. This is not social media. What made those guys came to say is not because it was being published on social media and the rest. No. People called them, people held them responsible to come and demand justice for those people. Those guys know how to hold their people. It's not because the northern politicians are not like the southern politicians. They are corrupt the same way. When they go to Abuja to talk about national issues, they don't talk religion, they don't take ethnicity, they don't talk region, they just talk themselves. That is why when we see fights in Nigeria, it's always about the average man on the floor. It has nothing to do with the leaders. Because those guys, they will still sit in the same room, in the same cycle, and discuss what they want and how they want this country to flow. Majorly in their own favor at first, before to the favor of the masses. So we should learn to hold our leaders and our authorities responsible. It will speak volume. I'm not saying there was no kidnapping in Esan and all those things. It's true. But if the people of Esan or probably Edo have devised a way of holding their leaders and pushing them to the wall to respond to the pressing issues they are having, they would have been yielding better results. As we are talking, I think this morning already, yesterday, the governor of Edo State has to go to Kano to pay condolence visits. There would have been worse things that has happened in the Edo than this, but nobody was able to hold those guys responsible. These guys, We are their employers. We employ them. And as we employ them, if they knew exactly where we can hold them responsible and take action against the employment we gave them, trust me, it's not everything they really give away and roll on our faces. This is it. And the way forward is speaking out like this. So we have to speak out and have to hold them responsible. One injustice that happened and people did not raise up to the occasion and take a stand that justice prevail, it will lead to another one happening. This is how insecurity, jungle justice, or any form of injustice has prevailed all over the nation. One will happen, you will not speak, probably it doesn't affect you. Maybe it's not your region, it's not your tribe, maybe not your religion, and you will look side away from it. Before you know, it metastasizes. Before you know, it will happen in another place. Slowly, gradually, it might even come back to you again. So this thing actually happened. And one thing is, Nigeria or Africa, should I say, we are religious people, and we really believe that religion will bring us to a level of being sane, like normal people, good people. Yes, there is that part too. But honestly speaking, laws and orders, effective implementation of laws and orders will bring sanity to every society than any religion preaching. In UK today, in US, it's not as if there are no bad people there. There are bad people there, but they born you not to do illegality and some things there, because you know the law will prevail without fear on you. So with what you believe, with what you understand, whether you're a religious extremities, it doesn't really matter. In that place, the law will hold you responsible. Until we get to that level, even this thing that happened in Uromi is a show of lack of trust in the institution. If the people there trust the institution, they would have, even if they were real bandits, knowingly said, they would have still handed them over to the authorities. So if we did not strengthen the institution, at long last, we will still come around for another issue like this. So we will still, and for other parts, please, the other parts are crying for what happened. Allow them to cry. Let's not cry more than the breathed. Let them cry. Let them hold their leaders. Let them speak out. And when it happens in any part, you to learn to hold your leaders. It's very important. These people, we employ them. Please, this is my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Peters. I want your submission. Hold on.
Can I ask him a question, please?
Absolutely. And that is what we have been saying, that we need to hold our leader accountable, because for this issue to escalate to this level, if the Edo State government have responded ever since they have been shouting, this thing will not be happening because of lack of trust to the leaders. That is what is causing this issue. And no matter what happened in this situation, it boils down to the leaders. Thank you very much. So go ahead and ask a question.
Can I ask a question? Mr. Daniel, you are saying you condemn it. I like the fact that you said you condemn it. But when did they did the same, render the same jungle justice to Deborah, did you condemn it?
I condemned it. I condemned. Madam, I'm a Northerner. I'm a full-blown Northerner. In case you don't know, I'm a Northern Christian. We condemned it. We were the people that hold Khan responsible until they speak out for it.
Then the people that did that to Deborah, were they arrested? Because
they were arrested. You didn't see the videos?
They were not. They were released. They were not charged.
They were arrested. They were released.
They were arrested. They were charged to court. In case you don't know.
Coming and defending them. Lawyers was coming and defending them. They were arrested and released. And lawyers were coming and defending them.
I want to ask a question here. I want to ask Mr.
Okay,
Daniel.
let me answer Lady E, please. In 1 minute.
Hello,
we spoke out. We spoke out. Yeah?
No.
I want to answer.
Can I talk?
YM, just hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Peters.
We spoke out. We called our leaders. They spoke out. Some people were arraigned. They were charged to court, even though they were released because of lack of injustice of the system. So those two wrong now make another right. This is another level of unfairness I just
I'm
spoke
not
about
saying
now.
it makes it right. I didn't say two
No,
wrong
I'm
makes
not.
one.
I'm just
it makes
saying.
it
I'm
right.
just saying.
And
I'm
that's
just
what I
answering
made.
you.
That is why I made that comment. An eye for an eye will make the world go blind. That was why I made that comment.
Please, I want to
But
ask
then
Mr.
that
Daniel.
was why I made that
Sorry,
comment.
point of correction.
Please let me ask
The
Mr.
person
Daniel.
behind the killing of Deborah was not released. They are still in castration.
Okay. Please, Mr. Daniel. There is something that happened with one man in Adamawa State. I don't know if you get that news. That one man was farming. He was a farmer, so he was farming, and a Fulani man pursued his cow to the farm. So they start exchanging word. From there, they start fighting. So on the action of self-defense, the man collected the cutlass from the Fulani man and caught the Fulani man, and it lead the Fulani man to death. So when that man was taken to court, so that man was sentenced to life in prison. Please tell me where is
where is he was sentenced to death?
Yes, he was sentenced to death. So
and by the time they take the case to Abuja, Abuja court still sentenced the man to death.
If you are talking of this, if you are bringing American issue to Nigeria, this thing cannot work. That's the truth. If this thing happened to you, you understand. Because me, I am witness. I witness my village with these 8 men people.
Thank you,
I witnessed that.
Thank you.
See, try and know what is the real fact of this. What's the source? You see, these people, even though these people are Fulani men, you hear this story that these people are not Fulani men. You hear it because they will be defended by their leaders. That's it. So, these Fulani people.
I have a question for Mr. Daniel.
Since everybody's having problem with Fulani, why don't everybody come outside and ask the government to either put them in one reserve or something?
Yeah,
because they're not constituting users in the country.
No, the problem is that we are making differences of ourselves. That's the problem. We cannot compare us. We are differentiating ourselves.
Can we go down history lane? If we can go down history lane, we'll be able to understand the current situation and find a way out. The Fulani harassment issue is not the first it's not the first menace that disturbed Nigeria. At a point in the past,
hello,
in the
Mr. Chache,
hello,
alias, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Okay, are you ready to speak now?
Yes, please.
All right, let Mr. Chache speak. Then we'll come back to.
Let me ask Mr. Daniel a question quickly before Chache speaks, please. Because he spoke about holding our leaders responsible for situations like this. And he made us understand that it's because the northern guys know how to hold their leaders responsible. That was the reason they have to come out to say something concerning this particular issue. And I want to ask him, they've been unaliving people in the north in numbers, in hundreds. These people, are they saying they don't know how to hold their leaders responsible for all the lives they've been losing in the north? Or they are trying to politicize this particular issue? That's the reason they are coming out to speak out in their numbers. In case of 14 or 16% that were unalived in Uromi. If they know how to hold their leaders responsible, what happens when hundreds of people are being killed in the north on a daily basis? Are they not supposed to come out and hold them responsible in such acts, or let them speak out or something? Let's hear from him. Let's know if it's because this is taking a political turn or it's actually they know how to hold their leaders responsible.
Okay. TJC, I heard your question. external security and internal security are not the same. You agree with me on this? When your children are fighting, both your children, both kids, maybe senior, two of them are fighting. The way you settle the issue and the way when your children are fighting their neighbors is not really the same in particular. So when you want to use internal security and external one to compare, I don't think it's fair. TGS, are you with me?
I can hear you. I'm here.
Yes. So the killings you are talking about in the north, be it in southern Kaduna, in the northeast, or any part of the north, these are internal issues of the north. And trust me, some of them have gotten to federal level. Actions have been taken, probably not optimum actions, but it has been taken as well. So if you say it's because they want to really politicize this one, I would not want to agree with you. This, to the north, is an external issue.
So what happened in Ondo State is not an external issue. Why didn't they say anything in the stuff that happened in Ondo State?
Whichever internal or external, whatsoever it is, it's taking away a life. And each life needs to be protected. You cannot say because it's an internal problem, they should not be held responsible to solve it. They should be held responsible to solve an external problem. I don't think that is actually what it should be. That's the reason why I'm trying to perceive it that it's taking a political turn. That's the reason they are coming out to speak in their numbers. So whichever it is, life is life. It should be protected. They took oath into the office to protect their lives and properties, not to choose when to protect and when not to protect, how to protect and how not to protect. You understand? So if they know how to hold them responsible at every point, they should be doing it. I got to understand that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So please, like you said, TDJS, life, every life matters. And what I have understood about these Fulani people is we keep saying Fulani, and it just feels like we are, should I say, we are pushing them to the end of like terrorists or something like that. We should know that Fulani people they are part of our community, our society. They are an ethnic society in Nigeria. So I won't say that the Fulani people perpetrating this evil in different parts of Nigeria, because it's not just in Edo State, it's going on in every part of the country. I'm not going to say they are actually Nigerians, because I found out that there are Fulani from Niger. And these Fulani people from Niger, they are very, very mean and heartless people. They are very, very mean and heartless. They come into Nigeria and mix with our own Fulani tribes. And along the line, they begin to herd their cows, isn't it? These people have been taught that if anything, any kind of thing, whatever that blocks their way in the process of their brooding their cows, that person should go down, whether you are Fulani or not. As long as, in fact, they kill each other in order to proceed with their herding activities. So it is not just a matter of the Esan people. I understand that what happened is really, really unfortunate, and how those people were killed is very, very abominable. But we need to understand that we need unity as a people. Nigeria needs to be united entirely. We need to start understanding that each life in this country matters, no matter the ethnic group you belong or the religion you belong to. I mean, I had one experience one time where a religious leader was encouraging his followers to actually kill non-believers. And it was just so disappointing because I said, how is somebody who people look up to encouraging, youth to actually, traumatize people who are not in the same belief or religious belief? It's just disappointing. However, Madam Favor Albert, we all have had experiences of how our families have been killed. I'm Igbo. I was born and raised in the north. I live currently in Maiduguri, and I know how this whole thing has been going on. We've all been affected, and we know how government has handled these issues. We don't have to start segregating or try to be too emotional about it, because it's not going to bring forth any solution. Rather, these issues will keep coming up. It will keep happening, and we just end up killing ourselves. That's just the truth. But if we decide that we are going to, like someone said, holding our leaders responsible, especially our ethnic, our religious and ethnic group leaders, we need to start holding them responsible, because these people, I'm also going to give a story. Like my own community leader has a hand in kidnapping activities. And when my community found out about this, they had to take drastic measures to remove him. People need to start understanding that if your leader is not doing anything, he should be removed. Try every possible way to remove that person, or write a petition against that leader so that you will be removed out of office. Because you can't, like they say, you can't be in the river and soap go to enter your eye. Do you understand? You cannot be in your own town and you'll be running away from people who are not even from there. Fulani people will always go from different regions to different cities, different states, herding their cows. That is their life. That is like what they've been programmed to do. They take that as everything, and anybody who stands in their way is a threat, and they will do anything to get the person out of the way. So we trying to send them out or put them in a particular area where they can. It's not going to work, because they have mixed with our own Fulani people. This particular people, I decided to call them Fulanis from Niger or parts of other parts of West Africa, Sub-Saharan West Africa. I decided to categorize them because Fulani in Nigeria, they are really nice people. I mean, we have Fulani also in Adamawa, we have them in Sokoto, we have them in Katsina, we have them in Kpai, and so on. We cannot say those that our own people are killing each other. So these people are like foreigners who come to Nigeria, and our own people are using them to perpetrate different kind of evil. So if we, as the people of Nigeria, citizens of this country, put hands together, remove ethnicity, religion, and just know that this person is a Nigerian and his life matters, we'll stand up and speak up against, no matter where the crime happened. Once it has happened, everybody should speak up against it. That is how leaders will start taking us serious and knowing that, okay, these people are talking about this issue, and it's not just an ethnic group that is raising alarm. Everybody is collectively talking about it. If we all start saying that what happened in Uromi is a crime and something should be done about it, the people in the north will not take it. They will not. I mean, I've been getting threats online. You see posts where people are saying the people from the south should prepare for vengeance and all those kind of things. It's just so disappointing. If we decide that we are going to work together, things like this will not be happening. That's just what I want to say. And please, Madam Favor, when you want to find solutions to certain issues, don't bring. I know you are pained. I understand that you have your own share of grief.
Please, it's okay. Can I ask you a question before you go? Can I ask you a question? Please, what is the solution now? Just give me the solution.
The solution is you being your brother's keeper, no matter where the person is.
Do you know that those people, you cannot live with them? Do you know that it's very difficult to live with those people? Do you know that it's difficult to live with those people? Those set of Fulanis that behave this way. Do you know that it's very difficult to live with them? You cannot live with them. Do you know that?
You cannot.
Okay, this is our leader we are talking about. Do we have leaders?
Oh, sorry.
Me
Do
and
you know that there will always be
have
an
leaders.
end to every problem?
The answer is no. Okay,
There
now I
will
want to
always
ask
be an end to every
another question. So I want to
problem.
ask
You
another
should be
question. This question is for
optimistic.
everybody to answer.
See, listen,
No,
please.
I hear
should
that
always be
our leaders, they are going to.
That each country will. I want to.
Please,
you know that.
Can I say something? Can I say
Hello,
something?
don't just conclude that
In each
there
country.
can never be a solution to this problem.
It's not only in Nigeria
There
they
will
rear
surely
cows.
be problem.
People say they will be rearing cows. We don't only rear cows in Nigeria.
We talk, we don't have solution. What is the solution? Just point to what they have to do.
There will always be
I 100% support it.
that we are having
I support it. You want to put it from my head, I say I support it.
I want to disagree with
Ladies
that
and
statement. You said
gentlemen,
they can't stop.
if you say you support it, I'm sorry to say that you are very inhuman.
When I'm my own, I talk. I say I support.
Yes,
I supported
you-
it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
They kill my brother for bush. They butcher the head.
Sorry,
You want
many
to take
people
it, huh?
lost.
So what
Many
they tell me?
people lost their lives to one problem or the other.
I support them where they put law on their hand. You never hear somebody they don't do something, they clap at them. Where are women they clap at them? Now they hear they talk 30 minutes, they say me they out of feeling, out of emotion. Now know what they have for Esan. Know what they do to us. When they grow up, we are very peaceful. We are very peaceful. We don't do such in our land. We don't walk. Now don't ask questions. What did make we behave like that? What did make them behave like that in Esan land? Why such thing take place? Now don't ask that question. Now they condemn. Why such thing take place?
Small number of people.
Have you guys asked what happened? Have you guys asked why is the reason? Why did they do that?
Madam, we read all the reasons and the ones that you have been saying.
I support them.
Okay.
But you can't make us to support
I support It's very easy for all Nigeria. We just watch to say, why do you do that? I think, why don't you go to the bottom, the thing that there's no smoke without fire. The thing that makes this fire to come out, the smoke to come outside. Why don't you go to the bottom? It's to say I condemn it. I condemn it. We don't do much in this land.
Okay, it's like
Mr. A, go ahead.
Mr. YM. Hello, please, Mr.
A lot of things like
go ahead. Make your submission.
Thank you very much. Please, I have overheard all your discussion.
It's okay, please.
I have overheard all your discussion. Please, we should always remember that if you go down history lane in Nigeria, you will realize that there are some challenges in the past that are now no more. Example now, if you remember the North in the 80s or 70s or 80s, even up to the early 90s, you discover all these kind of things were not there. One of the most peaceful region is the North. You hardly have even all this kind of normal crime, like stealing, robbery, kidnapping. Kidnapping should not even come your way. Then, sorry to say, I'm not being tribalistic. If you hear any issue of robbery then in the North, you find out 80% of robberies in the North were perpetrated by people mostly from the Southeast.
Yes.
I'm telling you this because I'm a victim. 80% of robbery then in the 80s, even up to early 90s, are people from the Southeast, automatically. But do you know something? The ones that came into my house and robbed us, collected gold and other things, the ringleader was an Igbo man. But among his boys are some indigenous people. So that is to tell you, you find bad people in every tribe or ethnic group. But as the thing keeps soaring, then nobody started clamoring that all Igbos should leave the north, this, that. Even then, if you remember, even this issue of kidnapping, it started in the southeast. The problem with people in the north that they don't know how to copy things. When they want to copy something, they overdo. So the issue now is not issue of saying these people cannot live here or cannot live there. No, the issue is finding a solution. Let's find a way of a means of isolating or identifying those people within our midst. That is what they did exactly to Boko Haram. When Boko Haram started, it was like everybody were like, this thing cannot come to end. But at least now, if you look at the situation, the security situation in southeast and northeast, at least in northeast, at least things are coming. The situation is improving. It looks as if every local indigenous was in support of what they were doing. But as they keep desensitization and awareness, they began to realize that, look, well, we have to identify and fish out those people among us in order to live in peace. So I expect the federal government, though the federal government brought out a proposal then, that why not make it this way? Every state should give a particular place where these herders can come into your state, pay taxes and all the necessary things, and then pass with their own animals and do whatever they want to do under government watch and control within those areas, perimeter. But most of the states refuse to allow that. Their belief is that once these people come in, they are going to destroy this, destroy that. But like one of you people said, you can never do without these people. They are part of us. They are already part of us. Anybody saying that how Fulanis should be chased out of Nigeria, you are already
part of you, not part of us. They are
part of Nigeria.
They are part of, not part of
Nigeria. You can't just
if they come in peace, we call them in peace. If they don't come in peace, they're not part of us.
That is why I'm trying to give you. You're asking of solution. Sorry, madam. You asked for solution. I'm trying to let you know.
You can never have them. They don't go with peace. They don't go with peace. We all know that. Let us face the truth. They don't go with peace. Anyway, they have no peace there. Anyway, they say no peace. They don't have peace.
Listen, madam. Listen to me. The solution is let's even use them to make money. Nigeria needs income. So instead of moving around in the bush everywhere, just grazing without any income for the state or the communities they pass through, create a route for them. These are the places they are allowed to pass. Anybody that is seen outside, anybody that is seen outside those routes will be punished. But if you come through this route, if you come through this route, you have to pay this and that, and these are the services you enjoy within those routes. You take care of your cars, you pay this amount and that amount. So by doing that, those bad eggs among them, if they stubbornly refuse to follow those routes, that is where government will come in and deal with them. But for you to say completely they should not be allowed to come through this community or this part of this thing, it can't work. It can't work because people will always tell you that in every ethnic group there are law-abiding citizens among them and there are bad eggs among them. Like I gave you an instance before, in the 80s and 90s, most of the crimes in the north are perpetrated by people in the southeast. But yet they didn't say they should go out, even though I know there was problem. But today they are not there. Today you hardly catch an armed robber and see it's from southeast. It's indigenous people now. So the issue is gradually we should look into this issue and find solution rather than just saying let them go out. It will not work. The fight will continue and the killings will go on. To my own belief, let's make money with these people. Anywhere they go to grace, let them pay. Do you know that as I'm talking to you now, some community leaders collect money from them and allow them to enter illegally without government knowing? That money is not going to government, it's going to the pocket of some of the community leaders. That's why when things like this happen, the community leaders will not talk because they have collected something illegally from those others.
Then they should stop community leaders and make these people buy land, stay on your land and raise your
that's why the government should be responsible for all this, for solving this problem. You can't just
buy your land, put your cow there, stay there, because going from village to village, your cow eating people's cassava, people's yam that they want to go and sell.
Sorry, we are Africans. We are not Europeans or Americans. Don't always use Western world. Don't always use Western standard on us. No, sorry to say. You know that this had us.
We need to learn. We need to learn. I know. We need to learn Western world.
I know.
We need to learn. The better we learn, the better we copy good things. We need to learn. They need to buy land and raise their castle there. We need to learn. We need to copy European. Yes.
I know, I agree with you. But do you know sometimes you create indigenous solution to indigenous problems? It's not every problem from outside that works.
That is why we could not grow our economy today. We
Very good. The democracy
is not working.
We are practicing.
That is
the democracy we are even practicing now. Do you know that it's not working for us? Democracy is not even working for us. We have been copying them for donkey years, and still we are going down the abyss. The issue is, if you look at it, there are countries that these herders move around. There are countries that these herders move around, and yet they don't experience this kind of problems.
But they don't.
And there are countries where they move around, these problems are there. So the issue is now, every state, just like every other tribe, can move to any part of this country and establish a business and pay tax and whatever and live there peacefully. Give them that opportunity to. Every state should create a route and some facilities for these people. So that your problem.
They will dominate and do more.
It's not
dominate us and do more. What they are doing now, they not have their route. Look at what they are doing.
Mr. YM.
Yes, can I? Yes, I'm listening.
Nobody said they shouldn't move. Even me, I'm not in support that you should not move, because me, I always introduce myself as a Nigerian. Even before I tell you where I'm from in Nigeria, I tell you I'm in Nigeria. I'm not trying to stop anybody not to move. But when you move to see, they always make one parable. They say if they carry fowl, go new land, you go first raise one leg up, because you don't know whether they use two leg waka for that land. Yes. You get my point. When you go to a new place or you're heading your car, you don't destroy that place, because if the people living there destroyed that place before you came there, will you be able to live there?
You know that there was a system of payment before. If they destroy crop,
the only language they understand is their cattle. That is the only language they know.
Yes, they will give them people that will tell them in a way they understand. This thing happens. People
they are not making it look as if people are,
is it not
people who are self-aware. They are not self-aware.
You should not say they are not educated. They are not self-aware. They have eyes.
They will inform them. They will communicate it to them.
What? Did they eat their shit? No, they don't.
Do you know that everybody has brain, but not everybody thinks like a human being. We are all human beings, but not everybody thinks.
You're trying to make it seem like
they are not justifying. Listen, nobody is justifying their actions.
If we want to change,
and second thing I want to raise is, do you know that most of these kidnappings happen with the help of community people?
Exactly. And they themselves should be punished.
Do you know that?
The people cannot suffer because of
an outsider cannot just come from nowhere and begin to pack people in your land. I live in Kaduna State. I was born and brought up in Kaduna State. Though I'm an indigenous of Borno State. Well, I will tell you this, from the experience we had here in the north of this kidnapping, it is clear that every kidnapping within any community in Nigeria, there must be an insider. Either as an informant or something. So don't think that these people are operating alone. They are not operating alone. Anytime there's kidnapping, be it anywhere, be it Uromi or anywhere, just know that there is an insider.
It's a backing, a solid one.
There is an insider providing them with information on how to go about it.
All right, thank you very much. Let's also hear from Mr. Is it righteous? I'll be right. Mr. Right Activist.
Yes, thank you very much, host, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to make my contribution.
All right.
YM has really spoken extensively, and he has touched so many areas that I would have loved to touch. Such as, when you were talking about the kidnapping issue and what have you, and you're trying to, limit it to a particular ethnicity, it raises quite some question. And he has been able to actually establish the fact that, look, there is no crime that happens at your backyard without somebody who knows, who has a background information of that vicinity or of that your backyard. But it is quite unfortunate that when issues like this now happen, we tend to overlook those indigenous people who actually create or give the pathway into that thing happening. And we look at the outsider that is already involved. And just like he also said, he made mention of what happened, how it not used to be in the, let's say, in the 70s to 80s. And the kind of crime, the only crime, those were the first set of people to actually perpetuate the act of kidnapping in the north. Records show that they are actually from the southern extraction. But it was never a yardstick to generalize that the entire southern people were kidnappers as at then. So why am I bringing this? You see, generally what is going around everywhere now is that it is generally believed that these people that were tried during the Uromi incidents were Fulanis. But the truth, I will not blame them too much to think or for thinking that they are Fulanis. Why? Because it actually shows that they don't really understand much more about the difference between a Fulani man and a typical Hausa man. And I want to shed light on that this very evening. A typical Fulani man is not known to be a hunter.
Very good.
A typical Fulani,
that's one of the points. Yes.
A typical Fulani man is not known to be a hunter. A typical Fulani man is a cattle herder. He herds his cattle from one forest to the other, and he does not stay in one place. He's nomadic by nature. And you will see him with his cutlass, which is a cultural insignia of the Fulani man, as a means of protection for his cattle and for himself against any adversary.
Exactly.
Now, an Hausa man is whom in the north is known for hunting. And in the Hausa land, an Hausa man hunts on seasonal basis. During rainy season, he stays within his enclave to cultivate. And during the dry season, he moves outside to where there are thick forests to hunt. Why am I making this point? Some people have equally said that must they travel from north to other places. They have been doing this even years before now. It did not start today, going to the forest to hunt outside the northern states. It has been happening. Let us get that fact very clearly. Now, having said this, what are the typical equipment? What do you expect to see with a hunter? A hunter, whether from the north or from the south, an average hunter is expected to be seen with his Dane gun for hunting or his hunting gun, is expected to be seen with his cutlass and short knives, and probably with an arrow or bow and arrow. And in the north, they have an inclusion of dogs. The dogs help them to actually identify where animals are in the bush. Now, having seen this, when you look at the incidents that took place over there in Uromi, when these people, if you look at the videos very clearly, you're going to see that when they were stopped, these were the actual items that were found with them. These were the items that were found with them. You found their Dane guns, and you found their dogs alongside. And they had to buy all the dogs before they moved into unaliving these very people very brutally. Another suspicion that comes in, is this: if you can select some people and take them to the station, why do you leave some people into the hands of the mobs to handle? These are questions that come in. Now, for the sympathize, for those who support the activities, such as Mrs. Favor or Miss Favor, if I may say, please, you may correct me.
I beg, you don't hear what they talk since. Go find out what happened. What people have been saying since? Have you not been listening to what they've been saying since?
Listen to me.
You're asking the same question.
Listen to me.
You're asking the same question.
Don't get emotional.
One of my village brothers.
All of us have.
Okay, have you not been hearing what they've been saying?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Please.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You say, yes, you had Fulani people, according to you, who Kpai your brother. Perhaps I wasn't there. I wasn't a witness. It's very much possible that you saw that these people were Fulani people, and you could confirm that these were Fulani people. But the rest
it's in the mortuary. It happened in Ekuma last week. It's not even buried. Oga, Mr. Right. Mr. Activities is in the mortuary. Okay, it's not even buried. Make sense for what you are saying. And say it very quick and rest. Please. Okay? What you are saying don't make sense. What you are saying don't make sense. What you see on them, what you see on them. Were you there? Were you there when you say what you see on them, what you not see on them? Were you there? What you see on the video? Were you there? Were you there? Were you there? No, not on the cover. Were you there? When you see them, I support them. I say I support what happened. I support 100%.
Can you be civil?
Bro, can I talk?
Please. I have the floor.
Just being unreasonable, Madam Favor.
And listen.
This woman is too emotional.
You are filled with emotions and
you don't mention name. You don't have to mention name.
Let him finish his point.
You don't get emotional. Every one of us must have lost one person or the other with this kind of issues in the past.
What solution? Stop the solution. When would they tell you
solution? I have proposed a solution. Excuse me.
Let us stop the solution.
I have even proposed.
Stop explaining. I don't want to hear again. Stop explaining.
If you know one here, drop.
Don't be saying this. We don't want to hear that.
It's okay.
Why you never explain that? Explain it.
I don't think it's allow us to talk about
Madam Favor.
It's okay.
Sorry, I believe Madam Favor.
You're heading somewhere.
Excuse me.
Right activist.
Please,
not direct the question to her anymore.
Yes,
make your point.
You wouldn't have mentioned her name now.
Okay, no problem. I'm sorry for making reference to you, but she cannot dictate to me what to say, when to say, and how to say it. She cannot. She does not. I'm sorry about that. So, like I was saying.
Oga, you can't do me nothing. Oga, you can't do me nothing. You just have an exact citizen. You can't do nothing. You can't do more than dead rabbit. You can't do nothing.
It's not like it has not got to that.
Let God punish you. Let God fight you. Let you die. Hold on.
This is not fine.
It's not up to that. Now just calm
down. If a riot should start, she's going to stand in front of the whole process. Like
you cannot say something like that. Yes, she's emotional because she just lost.
What is the insult for now?
Quite alright, we understand.
She's just being unreasonable. She's just being.
You said solution.
It's okay, Mr.
You said solution.
Mr. Right Activist.
Who the hell are you?
Everybody mute your mic.
You they call you they walk up. You they walk up.
Madam, calm down with you. You're not in Nigeria. Just calm down with it. Which citizen are you?
Go ahead. The right activist, go ahead. The right activist. Let's make your submission in 1 minute so the other person can speak.
Okay, thank you very much. Though she has taken much of my time, I would have finished since then. So, for those, like I was saying, for those who also support that, okay, based on the Fulani that they think is a Fulani, I do not think, what I see here is a complete case of ethno-religious stereotyping. And that is because we have had this feeling. If you look at how I started my statement, and you begin to link up this point, you will understand that it only concludes that there has been this case of ethno-religious stereotyping. You have stereotyped a particular ethnicity, for being responsible for something, and you are going for it. And at the end of the day, that very stereotyping tendency beclouded your ability to differentiate between the different entities involved. That was what happened in Uromi, because those people were even that were Kpai were not even Fulanis, but they were average Hausas. Now, even if they were kidnappers, we understand. Let's assume, how do you even justify, ascertain that these people were kidnappers? Because you saw them with Dane guns? Will a kidnapper move around with a Dane gun?
Kidnappers don't even move around with dogs.
Will they move?
They
with
don't even
dogs
move with
and
dogs.
Dane guns?
And
It's not
there's one thing I
possible.
need to add on
Let's
what
be-
right
That's
said.
this thing you're
There-
talking about.
there is
right
nothing between a
activists, is
dog
that
and a kidnapper. When
no,
you see a
this
dog,
thing you're
you know
talking about
the
that
moment
as
you
in
see a
they're
dog,
not
you
trying
know
to
it has to
profile
do
or
with
trying to
hunting.
be xenophobic or anything. The thing was that even the people that did this attack, they received because they didn't even stop them, as in they didn't start this stuff from Uromi. It started from Ubiaja. The vigilante from Ubiaja called them from Uromi to stop the people coming that they were because they saw them coming out from Ubiaja's forest.
I will at the end of my
best thing they
statement, I
should
will
have
leave,
done
I will,
was
I will
to-
leave some of
So
us
you
to
should stop trying
investigate.
to do pick and choose.
Excuse
Nobody's trying to
me.
do pick and
Excuse
choose.
me. The best thing they should have done was to investigate.
Investigate.
If they are
That's
able
where-
to
what
carry
you don't
4
just-
people
I
to
just
the
feel
police
like
station,
the story coming
if
out,
they are
because
able to
the
carry
story
4 people
coming
to the
out,
police station, what stops them from carrying all of them to the police
the
station?
story coming out,
The fact that
the story
the
coming
fact
out
that
was
you
that
select some
one
people
of
and
those
take them to
people
the station
stabbed somebody.
and leave behind
Okay,
those
one
ones for the mob
person,
to take.
one person. Let's even assume that indeed one person stabbed somebody. Let's assume
Yes.
what you have said is true. Are you getting me? Because I
Yes.
wasn't there. Let's assume it's true that one person stabbed somebody. To every effect, there is a cause. Now, if the person stabbed somebody, you as a vigilante, you are an authority there to apprehend, but not to prosecute.
Yes.
You are to apprehend.
Even
You are
police
not
and
even
soldiers,
to-
they don't kill.
That's the point.
You are
That's
not
the
even.
point. You
You
don't
don't
just
kill. You are not
When
even.
soldiers arrest Boko Haram, they don't kill them.
Right-
they take
right
them
You are
to the
not
court.
the judge.
Right
Now,
activist.
I'm coming.
I'm not
please.
trying to be
Please.
judge, executioner, or police. What I'm trying to say is that these people, they've been complaining. They left Uromi. From Uromi to Benin will take you about 2 hours. They left Uromi to Benin to go and protest because it was not the first time. These people have been complaining of being molested. The women have been molested. The husbands have been molested. The daughters have been molested. I think they had enough before they went to this step. So
Are
it's
you
not a
aware?
one-day thing.
Are you aware of incidences that happened and your governor had to demolish some houses in Edo State? Some
I don't know. I don't live
people's
in. I
houses.
don't live in Edo State, so I don't know. I don't live in
You
Edo
don't.
State.
You don't live in Edo State, so you don't
No.
know. Now, when you ask further information, when you ask some people there, they are going to tell you that those houses that were demolished, this statement came directly from your governor, not from me.
Which governor are we talking? Are we talking about Kwebolo or the one that just left?
Sorry, madam. Do you know something? There are.
Yes, he just came in.
Governor. Your governor is your governor, whether past governor or present.
Let me make something clear,
Now,
please.
it's an administrative
There is what you call classified information that most citizens don't know. Only some few security agents and leaders. Do you know that if you have to sit with your governor and you should reveal some classified information regarding this insecurity, you will come out with a different mindset? Do you know that? Do you know, if I should send you, there is a video I came across today on the social media.
Yes.
Kidnappers were arrested. All of them were Igbo and one Yoruba guy from Kwara State. They naked them. They were interviewing them. If you Hadid may have a means of sending it to you now, you see they are all Igbos. One from Imo State, one from Anambra, and the other guy from what? Kwara State, Yoruba man. They were beating them naked. They confessed that they are kidnappers. They asked them who organized the kidnapping. That Igbo man, his nickname was Davido. Another video again I came across again too. Another set of kidnappers too. They are two pure Igbos. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to say that the Fulanis are not kidnappers. Nobody issues. Let me go back to my point. Anywhere you see insecurity, sorry.
But what I'm trying to say is, even if the government is not saying anything, and they will not say classified classified stuff, they should fortify security, because they were, even the king in the village is saying the police station doesn't have enough security officers.
That is a national issue. Don't. That is a national issue.
Because if you were saying the police, why the police not doing anything? That's what I'm trying to let you know.
That thing you are talking is a Nigerian issue. It's not peculiar to Uromi. It's a Nigerian issue everywhere in Nigeria.
But the Uromi people have had enough now.
Just like any other part. Let me tell you, the people of Katsina. Yes,
just give me like.
I want to round up. The people of Katsina and the people of Sokoto, the people of Zamfara. Do you think they are not done with what is happening in their states?
Let's leave me right after we finish up.
Mr. YM was
I want to put
it made mention of in any way.
CJ, wait, let right activists finish first. Just give him one.
There's always an insider. There's always an insider.
Yes, there must be an insider.
Let her talk, please. Wait.
Let him round up. He has 1 minute to round up. Let him round up.
CJ, please give her time.
Let him round up. Right activists, you have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much for the 1 minute. So to cap my whole submission, it has been established thus far that indigenous people of Edo State were involved in kidnapping, and the government had to even demolish their houses. Nobody is looking at that. Everybody is pointing hands at one person or at one particular ethnicity. Now, that very misconception has led into killing innocent people. I quote, it has led into occupying people who are innocent, people who are not kidnappers.
Yes, I see. I'm a moderator. I see.
Because you have not been able to establish that these people are kidnappers, and then nothing shows that they are kidnappers. Everything shows that they are hunters. Let us stop ethno-religious stereotype. If we have let's treat crime, let's treat crime.
Can I chip in? Please, you all believe that kidnapping, you know that kidnapping is one of the most do you know that kidnapping is currently one of the most lucrative crime in Nigeria?
Yes, we all know that. Everybody knows that.
Every tribe, excuse me, not only Fulanis, every tribe loves money.
We know that.
So just keep it behind your mind that every tribe or ethnic group can be a kidnapper because of the money involved.
Yes, we know that. Okay, Mr. Right,
so anybody can be a kidnapper now just because of the money involved.
Yes. So the thing is, then let's make TDJ. Wait, let me.
Is for every community to come together and discuss and find a way to actually the solution is not by pursuing these people from there or by stereotyping them. Rather, it's a way of checkmating the activities of these people while they
should live a normal life like any other Nigerian.
No.
Yes, like what I propose. Let each and every government provide a grazing route.
As an Ishaman, you are living.
It's not a solution. Well,
as an Ishaman, you are living
around here already.
The Fulani man lives in the bush. The Fulani man lives in the bush.
Guys,
when you go to the market to buy meat,
hello. Guys, let me. It's okay.
Do you know the issue? Do you know the issue? Sorry,
I want to say something.
Even to farm crops. Excuse me. Nigeria has not gotten to the stage that they can create ranches. Do you know why?
Why not?
You can milk now.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Just to farm crops that human beings will consume.
You can milk them. You just milk them to control this life.
Just look at our present situation. To farm ordinary crops that will sustain Nigeria is a problem.
And these are the problems why we cannot farm crops.
Excuse me.
Talk less problem of the herdsmen.
Excuse me. It's not problem of herdsmen. Even before herdsmen issue started, Nigeria was not meeting up to their demand for crops. We are importing so many things. So the issue now is, if Nigeria cannot meet up with their demand agriculturally,
are we even supposed to be going backward at least with the quotas we are making?
Excuse me, let me land. how do you think they can be able to create a modern ranching system whereby they will provide all the necessary grasses or the distant food
Thank you for that question.
For the whole year?
Thank you.
Federal government could not even provide food to human beings.
These are individual businesses. Is it federal government that is giving an Igbo man money to go and buy paper to come and sell it?
Land. I told you earlier that every region in Nigeria, has the capacity to allow particular thing to grow. Let's look at it. Why are they? Ask yourself this question. Why are the herders moving from north to